everyone, and welcome back to my channel for what I think is actually a very exciting and educational vlog. Now I've got to start off with being a bit honest because I feel I'm going to struggle with this intro, but I have already actually edited the whole of the vlog and I have searched through all my SD cards, my Mac, my hard drive, my phone, and unfortunately maybe fortunately, but no, I've lost the intro to this vlog of hitching up, packing up, loading up and arriving at our destination. Thankfully, I haven't lost any of the riding footage, and now knowing how long the vlog is, that's where I'm kind of fortunate because I now know that I need to keep this short and sweet so that I am able to keep in as much of the riding footage as possible, because I know that you guys enjoy that the most and of course find it educational, beneficial as well. I know I certainly do, not even just from the riding side of it, but also when I'm watching it back and editing it down, it really helps reinforce everything in my brain that I learnt from the weekend. So as the thumbnail has probably given away, we headed off, it's so weird saying this, we headed off to Pontispool for Fred's Aventers Camp, like we did last year. So if you have been around, you will know that that was Addie's first time away this time last year. She's obviously done a few trips now, and she actually settled in nice and easily. We travelled up on the Friday, it was a nice travel up, and then it was 2 days of intense training, so 2 lessons a day. I apologise for the disjointed start, but as always with all my vlogs, I hope that you do enjoy. Please do like, comment, and of course hit that all important subscribe button. But I will now cue you in to Addie eating her dinner and settled in her stable on the Friday night that we arrived at Pontispool. Dinner time. Is that yummy? Couldn't wait for me to put it down, could ya? And nice and snug as a bug. Rug on. Because it's gone chilly, isn't it? Okay. I'm loving how well you've settled, actually. You're interested in everything, but I don't mind that because that's like normal, isn't it? Yes. That's inquisitive. I'll leave you be. Good girl. Cheers. Cheers. Dinner's served up. I'm usually quite a savoury person, but I am quite partial to a little bit of cheesecake. And by the sounds that are coming from everybody else on the table, it sounds like it's pretty lush. Good morning. It is first day of lessons. Horses have all been fed, I've been fed, and the first session is well underway. So we're starting off with a bit of grid work, which you can probably see down there. Like I say, the first session is underway. Just come into the car, bringing everything with me just to kind of unload, because I'm going to bring Addie down here to tack up. I'm in the middle group, so I am on second, which is in about 45 minutes. But yeah, just starting with grid work, which is actually something that I've really wanted to do with Addie for quite a long time. So yeah, looking forward to doing that. I think it will really help. I think it will help her canter and also her straightness of jumping, which is why I've wanted to do it. But when you go to like hire a school or anything like that to actually set up a grid, it probably take me like the hour to actually set it up. So yeah, looking forward to starting off with that today before our afternoon session, which is, I believe, out in the arena cross country, so we can put those spooky demons to bed. And then tomorrow we've got again 2 lessons. I believe it's like show jumping, more of a Fred's camp exercise, which is with the circles. And actually it'll be really nice to see how much Addie has progressed from last year of doing it. Like, we were trotting into fences and things like that, so it would actually be really good to maybe do like a little bit of a throwback to camp last year of how she was going over it, and then hopefully a massive improvement, we all hope, this time round. So yeah, maybe I'll have to do a little throwback for that. And then tomorrow we're out on course. It isn't the nicest of weathers, it's not absolutely tipping it down, but it is a little bit drizzly, mizzly kind of, yeah, it's a bit grey, it's a bit bleh. Right, let's unload myself before going and getting Addie and getting tacked up and getting ready for our first session.
Now is it on?
Now it's on, and now it's just got Fred basically.
You're gonna hear all the muttering under my voice. I need sunglasses so you can't see my facial expressions. You're like, oh, that was great. My eyes are watering, it's so cold. Okie dokie. All right, everybody. I might move this mic down a bit because I'm going to be shouting quite a lot. If everyone wants just to come in and we'll give you some jargon. This is just to see how they come off the floor. I want to help improve the horse's technique before we go and jump cross-country fences, get them jumping well, and I want you guys to develop your balance and your stability with the grid. There's not much more to think about than that, except for riding down the middle of that line and being aware of where your balance is. Obviously, horses for courses, they're all going to be doing different things. I'm going to be helping the horses jump each time by changing poles around, and I want you guys to be aware of what's happening. Look at your top rail before you take off, and once you're taking off, look at the end of the school or look at your next rail, okay? I want this whole weekend, I want people looking at their jump. So let's just begin. Let's walk them down the middle here and just let them get used to it, and then we'll trot down, change the rein each time at the bottom, okay? Yeah, just walk straight through from there. You can just walk straight on. Yeah, next time round you can trot on. That's it. Keep coming. Nice and steady. It's nice and straight. Good. A little bit shorter reins, longer arms in front of you, nearer to the neck. And walk. Good. Walk, patter, and jog on. Steady, nice rhythm, good. Now into a light seat, Emily. Shorten the rein so you've still got contact out of the saddle. You're still riding the horse when you're up there. Use your back a little bit more. There you go. I want you in a light seat until... Have I dropped a glove somewhere? No, I've got two gloves on, look. Oh, I found it! So my next trick. So light seat from the green sign and the cross-country jump light seat through the poles. If they've rushed, walk through the last set of poles and just gently trot again. We're trying to just lay down some control, okay? When you're in a light seat, I still want you in control. So have your reins relatively short for what you're doing. Contact. Keep your leg on round the horse. Keep your contact with the horse in front of you. Don't let yourself get in front of your knees. Stay nice and balanced, okay? Let's go again. Good, much better. Try not to let your hands float. Get a little closer to the neck. Good, that's better. Good. Well done. Okay, and walk everyone. A bit more, okay? So first of all, down through your heel, and then shorten your reins to a point where you can still control them in your fingers and have your hands just about in front of the neck strap, but touching the neck or touching the mane. So that you're grounding that. You don't need to have your hands up here coming forwards and back and dealing with balance. So shorten those reins up until your hands are in the back of the horse's neck. And then your hands are in a better position to follow consistently rather than this little movement happening. Does that make sense? You can ride with your ring fingers. That's enough pressure once you already have contact. Does that make sense? Just your ring fingers. A touch shorter, Emily. Reins in the same place with the contact. Shut your fingers. Hold her a little. Hold her. There you go. Better. That's better. Better. Use your fingers. Use the bit. Tell her what you want. That's better. Good. Good. Once she accepts, the neck can get long and relaxed. Very good. So we keep the contact in our fingers. We feel the horse's mouth. We give it instructions. We're all kind of doing the balancing act, aren't we? Okay, and what's the horse doing? Woohoo! Okay, you have to be effective in that position. When we go cross country, or even in the jumping arena, we're in a light seat a lot of the time. We want to be able to be effective off the horse's back. So it's not just a question of getting up out of the saddle and balancing there. You want to be able to be up out of the saddle and use your leg and use the bridle and work the horse without having to sit down. So your balance is one thing. Now once you have your balance, start actually working the horse to make it better. If it keeps sticking its head up and running down the poles and you're not having a contact or doing anything with it, well, we're not free jumping, are we? So take a bit of a contact, feel what the horse is doing and actually ride them. You guys regulate this, okay? You're training the horse to regulate the rhythm down here. You guys are pilots, not passengers, okay? Effective, supportive leg, very nice, and walk and patter. Very good, effective contact, heels down by the girth, not behind you. Okay, Emily? A little bit more effective lower leg, a little bit more by the girth, that's it. Still, contact and leg active, being used. Good, allow with the hands at the jump, keep the legs still. Better, good, much better. So you've got to use that lower leg so that it stays in position in the jump. That's it, feeling the horse's side with your leg. Feel the horse with your leg, don't just let it coast. That's it, keep the leg gently on her side, working, very still. Much better, good. That's better. Your legs need to hurt when you ride. That's it, then the hands can be softer. Stronger leg, and that leaves you with a freer hand. Very nice, very nice. Emily, a bit more legs, spice her up with your legs, that's it. Hands low and soft, legs strong and on. Leg strong, soft hand, leg. Better, good, very nice. And patting. So if I'm a horse and I'm coming to this as I jump and I'm here, how long's my stride?
You've got one stride left, haven't you?
How long is a horse's stride? 12 feet. So when you walk a course, when a course designer builds a course, related distance is a bunch of 12 feet measurements. So when you walk a horse's stride, we walk 4, don't we? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one of my strides should roughly be 3 feet. So 4 of them is 12 feet. That's how we walk distances. So if I'm here and I'm a horse, how long is my stride? 12 feet. How many of my strides is that?
4.
Right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Can I jump it from there? And could I jump it from here? So it's fine when it's that height, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now what happens if I put it up 3 more holes? The horse can just like scrabble and you come out the ring and oh, he chipped in. Of course he chipped in, because he had to. So, but we start looking and we get to here and we think, well, what's a better plan now? Do I kick from here and hope we make it? Or do I go, oh, sorry, mate, and we try and drastically shorten the distance to try and gain him a little bit of space here so that he can jump up over his fence? What's a better plan? What am I going to land with more control doing? Shorten. Right. Now, if I'm like 90% of the population of amateur riders that get told to look ahead, look up, and your horse's last stride is here, what happens to poor old Neddy?
He takes off.
Well, he doesn't know what he should do, because he's stuffed here, isn't he? And he's stuffed in there. And you as a rider haven't looked at the jump You haven't the faintest clue what's going to happen here because you're looking ahead and you don't do anything to help him. So it's fine, like I said, it's fine here. But then suddenly we start jumping 1.10 meters or 1.05 meters. Nettie doesn't want to help you out anymore. Are we making sense?
Yeah.
But if we look at that rail and our last stride was here, we think, oh, I'm going to be too close to that. So what do? We get our body back and we just ask him to wait a little bit. Or our last stride is here. Now that's still a bit far off, isn't it? Yeah. But we know that, so what are we going to say to Nettie? Come on. But if we're here and we're looking off up there and we don't actually act, what does the horse do? It's a bit much. I don't really want to go. So he goes crash. And you come out the ring going, I don't know why he keeps stopping. Because we've been looking off into the sunset every time we've ridden to a jump instead of looking at the jump. So that being said, now you understand that we're going to be riding down this little grid. They're all different shapes and sizes. You might get a lovely jump in here and it'll work perfectly. But they might be a bit backwards and they'll land and suddenly you're going to be off that, aren't you? Or they might jump in here big and then suddenly you're going to be close to it, aren't you? You guys have to make a decision and act a little bit. It's not much because it's all laid out nicely, but I do want you to be conscious of helping the horse manage this distance perfectly every time, okay? Yeah. But that depends on how reactive you are, so keep your legs supporting the horse. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Nice. Good. Is your lower leg effective even when she's being hot with you? Straight. Nice. Good. You're all supporting them nicely. Have you noticed whenever your horse is getting hot, if you take your leg off, they're just going to stay hot. You've got to put a job on them. You've got to hold them. That is going to help your balance. It's going to hold their sides and give them a bit of a job and a bit of security. If your leg is off, your balance is off. Your balance is off on a hot horse, you're fizzing the bottle more. So you've got to lock down, use your leg and say, no, come on, steady, stay between my leg and settle. And they're all starting to do the same thing down here. It's really good. Good, Emily. Use that lower leg. Be active with it. Hard leg. Leg. Nice. Good.
Well, I think my camera got a little bit soggy and wet. That's better, I think. Very successful first lesson. Always feel, I think, because you're so used to just having one lesson, aren't you? You go and have a lesson and that's all you have for that day. But you always feel like you want to do a little bit more and you want to keep going. But actually, they have got an intensive weekend coming up. They're going to be ridden again later, twice again tomorrow. So very, very good. Like, just to get them off the ground. I was really chuffed with how Addie went. I felt like she was jumping really nicely, staying straight. Just for myself, got to keep on that with that lower leg, and that'll be more important when we get into the other side of the arena and jumping the cross-country fences later on this afternoon. But really, really chuffed with how it started. Everybody stayed on, everybody had fun. So yeah, like I say, a successful first lesson. Now just coming back to change my boots because it is all rather muddy around here. I want to try and stay relatively smart. And then the third group is just about to start. So I'll get changed, get everything off and then go over and watch. I've got Hayley's phone, so I am now going to go and film some bits for her. I think we were very fortunate this morning to all have lessons, I want to say in the dry. There was a bit of mizzle a couple of times, but not like it is now. It is proper raining. But it's time to go arena cross country. So first group are in well through probably half of their lesson, just being there watching. Some of them are babies and it's funny, isn't it, seeing like them trying to work it all out and that sort of thing. I remember Addie being like that, although I do feel like she'll probably go in there and be rather babyfied, I feel, but ready to put those spookiness to bed. Time to tack up, and I needed to go actually, not concentrating. I need to go back to the room, not to Addie yet, to try and find a better coat to put over the top of my body protector. So hopefully I have got something, but I'm not 100% sure. I've got an array of jackets, so hopefully one of them is going to fit over my body protector, thanks to Toggy. Very colourful. But now it's time to get Addie again. Hello, sweetheart. You okay? It's fun jumping time now. Yeah, more jumping. Good girl. You love camping.
And then turn all the way round. Little log again. Just go by yourself, Jenny, on him, because he's wild. And then we'll go in pairs. Okay? So just get in a nice canter. And everything you're doing is just resetting and calming the rhythm. Lock on with your legs. Keep your hands still. Now pick your line now, Emily. Now just hold on to the line with your legs. Keep your hands still. And again. Now stop fidgeting. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Better. And again. Hands a little closer to the neck. Now hold still. Lock on. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Better. You start fidgeting. And every fidget, she goes like this or like that. So you're never actually saying to her, shh, there's a fence. Okay. So she's going, what's the what? What? And then you get in front of the jump and then it's sideways. You have to be far more disciplined on your physical body, how you're riding, to come round this corner, go bang, I'm on a line, I'm not moving. I'm still. And then if movement happens and you're saying stay still, that is feedback that you need to correct. Okay. But you're trying to correct nothing. So get on the line, sit still, let the fence come to you. So, rock solid. There you go, good. Again, balance, put your leg on now. Fix the canter that you need. There you go. Get your line. Now rock solid, don't move. Better, good. That's it. And once you're on your line, rock solid. Great, Emily. That's much better. She needs to be like library. Shh, 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 shh. Look. Because she's going to be going, oh, what's the... And when you do that, you'll get a much clearer picture of what she's actually thinking about the jump she's about to gawk at. Yeah. Make sense?
Yeah.
So rather than kind of going in, doing loads of stuff, and she's busy going, what? Ugh. Yeah, right at the last minute she sees the fence and she goes, oh, can't jump it. On the approach, you sit very quiet, very still, supportive, and say, hey, shh, look, jump coming. And then you can act when there's a negative move. So think of the balance you need to make the turn now. Get that set. Now you're just quiet. Perfect. Very good. So you're assessing the canter that you have now, figuring out if you got everything you need. Now you just go quiet. Much better. Really good. You say, whoa, you squeeze the draw rein, or the long lines, and sit down, and they stop. But she's a thoroughbred. Better. Good, Emily. Sit still. Now stay still. You don't need to move at all. Stay still. That's the way. Good job. Very, very good. Operation statue. Effective statue. So set up what you need now. Leg on, balance the canter. Now get your line, now lock on and hold it. Stay at it, stay at it. Yeah, in front of the middle of it. That's it, good. There, well done. Don't turn away just yet. You've had your 20 penalties, you paid your money. Relax, let her take it in. That's it, good. Now turn the opposite way that she wanted to go. Shorten your range right up. That's it. That's enough. And represent properly. Give yourself time. You rode that fine, Emily. You rode that fine. So just keep it together. Keep your leg on. Sit rock solid, rock solid, rock solid and still. There you go. And again. Lock on, stay still. Good girl. Better. Well done. Very good. Very, very good. So you see how much she threw at you?
Yeah.
If you had done something with it, she would have thrown more at you.
Okay.
But by you staying still and not reacting, you stayed on your line, you stayed on your distance, and you got the job done.
Yeah.
And then it's her problem.
It was her problem.
Yeah, completely. You didn't add it, you rode it well.
Okay.
If she was better behaved, she would have just gone down and jumped it. But she threw a load of attitude at you and then got there and went, oh look, a jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, her fault. So you dealt with it nicely, you stop, let her have a real good look at it.
Yeah.
When her adrenaline drops, then tell her you don't like stopping.
Yeah.
And then take your time, represent properly and go again.
Yeah.
Once you've had a mistake like that,
Yes.
you've paid your money,
Yeah.
you've stopped. You're not going to win by gulliving round and doing it again.
Yeah.
Stop, let your adrenaline go down. You're educating your young horse at the end of the day. You've had a blip, doesn't matter. You're out, you've already had your blip.
Yeah.
So now you've got to just go, right, training mode.
Yeah.
No longer competitive.
Yeah.
Let's fix the problems. Let's make it better for next time. It was good. It was good. Sit still now. Don't let her move you. Good. Good. Now slow her down and take off out of a stride of trot. Good. Well done. Good. 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 Super. See, the canter's just getting a little strung out. And then this sort of thing happens. So it needs to be brought back together quietly. Bring it back together quietly. And then sit still. It's getting too long. Just shorten her canter. Keep going, don't stop, keep going, just manage. If you're in the wrong gear for the roundabout, get in the right gear and stay there. Much better. Good. Manage the gear you're in and then stay in it. Much better. Now don't let her change gears with you. Stay in the gear you're in. There you go. That's better, Emily. Very good. Back to being really, really good.
Yeah.
But you must not let her change gears with you.
That's what's happening, isn't it? And then that's what.
It's like you're driving to a roundabout, and rather than going down into third, she's going into fourth, and you're not doing anything about it.
No.
You know, how would you drive down a hill in a lorry to a roundabout? You'd be keeping the gear, keeping the speed, keeping the gear, not letting the horse get away from you, not letting the vehicle get away from you. It's the same thing. You must have the right gear at the right time for the fence in question. And if you do have something like a funny stride, which happens, quickly and efficiently put everything back into a manageable gear and then hold it. When you've got a bit more space, fix it up a little bit better again. You know, you had to go with what you had roughly down there. Then there was no excuse. Yeah, exactly. So you've just got to get into the habit of going, this canter's not functional.
Yeah.
As soon as you had it back, you made a lovely turn back there. And down here, she was trying to run with you.
Yeah.
You said no, settle. And then your last couple of strides were perfectly balanced there and you had a lovely, confident jump. There was never any question what was happening. And that's what you've got to think about, how that happens.
Can I do the ones that's done that down?
Yeah. So I want you to go down the hill. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
jump the chicana,
Yep.
go out, jump the roller out there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, same, but there, it's second gear.
Yeah.
Because she's going to be going,
Yeah.
already have backwards sorted.
Yeah.
Have second gear, hold her to it, don't let her budge.
Yeah.
So that the only way you can move her then, the last stride, is back in front of you. Okay? Then canter around out there and then just jump back in this way again. That's it. Now keep that canter, and as you get straight, change her down a gear. Now hold still. Good. Don't override it. Just manage. Sit still and keep it together. Don't move, hold, better. Trying to get long, the horse is trying to get long. Keep it together, don't let her pull you out of gear. Better. Now, start collecting the canter a little bit here, smoothly. You do it with feel, not just by jerking. More leg and a slower gear. High revs, slower gear. Good. Low gear, high revs. Slow, high revs. Good. Don't let her pull you out of gear. Sit still, legs. All of that. Don't let her move. Don't let her move you. Good. All of that's just her trying to shake you off. More leg. Now go up a gear without moving your hands. Now bring her back a gear. And as you slow her down, higher revs. No, smoothly, softly. Collect more. High revs and slower. High revs and slower. High revs, slower down, smaller. Canter on the spot, please. Collect, collect, smoothly, collect, smoothly, collect more, collect, whoa, steady, collect, smoothly, leg, 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 slower, slower, out the saddle, slower, shorten your reins and hands low, slower, go on, slower down, down another gear, first gear canter, hands still, loads of leg, slower down, smooth hands, smooth hands, smooth hands. Yeah, just it's not about barely touch. It's about her arguing and you not getting to, don't let her change what you are asking her with her arguing. More leg. And now up a gear, your hands are too high. Shorten your reins, harder legs. Come on, wear holes in her sides with your legs. Hands down, don't let them move. Don't let them move. More leg. Go on, more leg, and slower, and more leg. Just shut your fingers softly. More leg, slower. And then up to second gear. Up a gear. Now slower again. More leg and slow. More leg and slow. Good, more leg and slow. Do not react to what she's doing. Just keep asking the same thing. Slower. Good, and up a gear. And back down a gear. Think shoulder 4 now, inside leg to outside rein and collect. Hard inside leg, hard outside rein. Whoa, more, go on, bring her back on, bring her back to your leg. Go on, slower, go on, mean it, whoa, whoa, leg, whoa, and up a gear, good. Up a gear, good, and back down a gear. Shoulder 4, inside leg, outside rein, whoa, 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 good. Now walk with no trot, sharp, whoa, whoa, mean it, whoa, whoa. And relax, patter. Do that again with a bit more feel, canter on. Good. Now down a gear. More leg, there, and up a gear. Good, and down a gear. Shoulder 4. More, more. Good, and now walk with no trot, with feel. Whoa, whoa, keep her back up and whoa. Good, better. Patter. Good, canter. Half halt, change down again. First gear canter, more leg, high revs. There, and walk like that. Good. Good. So you see how inaccessible the gears are at the minute?
Yeah.
And that's where you get stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Firstly, the other gears are inaccessible. And secondly, she just changes gear whenever she fancies it. You see the argument she put up just by you saying slow down?
Yeah.
It's just, she's just being arsey. We want small, refined, quiet, light aids, not having to be so hard that, you know, we have to put a bigger bit in.
Arena cross-country lesson completed, and I'm smiling, really, really happy. She was great, and things, almost like things answered, if that makes sense. I apologise about this lens, but it is very hard when it is wet and just, yeah, constantly wet, and I think that might be a bit in the lesson as well. You just can't keep the lens clear, and then it steams up and looks like it does now. Let's clean that again. But really pleased. I feel I'm fidgeting, so we know that now. I need to just leave her go, the final 3 strides, keep my legs locked on. That is the fence, Addie. We are going over it and stay on my line. And I think my fidgeting is just, yeah, not helping Addie or myself. She is just a little bit argumentative of wanting to go down a gear, I guess because it's harder work. And it's nice like that she did have that stop. It's nice that it goes wrong in lessons when you've got somebody like Fred on the ground to see, because I felt like that is something that has perhaps happened here before. She was looking at the other fence, and then because she's busy spooking at that, she then goes, oh, and there's a fence in front of me. So it was really nice, and that's something I really need to take away. I know that her adrenaline can get up, and when you get your penalties, it's so true what Fred said. I'm really looking forward to editing this and listening to it again just to like reinforce it into my brain. But when you have 20 penalties in a competition, you're not going to be then competitive, are you? So use your time to just stand there, get her to stand in the centre of the fence where you want to. This is a little bit out of our reach at the moment. But make her look at it, allow that adrenaline to come down, and then represent. Whereas when we're in a competition, I know I'm conscious of always making sure that I give her enough run up, because I know it's so easy just to like spin around and then you've only got like 2 strides and you've got to jump. I do feel I'm better for that, but I don't allow that adrenaline to come down, and then we jump it second time, but it tends to be it's not a nice jump. So yeah, that was really, really helpful and good to take away. The lens is just continuously getting misty up. So yeah, really, really chuffed with how today's gone. She was epic over the grids this morning, and it was nice to get in there and actually do some of the jumps. I'm glad that I did ask and go back over those ones, because as we were coming down the hill, that's where I just let her get away from me and not like bringing her back together, and I wasn't quick enough to correct it. Had a lovely long straight line, and what did I do? I just sat there. It's almost like I'm fidgeting at the wrong times. When I need to fidget, I'm not. When I don't need to fidget, I am. So that's just, yeah, good for me to take away. So Addie's now in her stable. I've just let her chill out, mucked out the poos. I thought I'd come down and have a look at these guys. They're in, this is the last session of the day. We'll then go and sort her. I might take her, hopefully it'll stop raining, and I might take her for a little grassy walk and take her up, and she can have a munch on the green stuff. And before we know it, then I'm having a warm shower, and I'm really excited about a warm shower after the weather today. Fingers crossed we have a little bit of a better weather tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to go and watch these guys. Not that you can actually see very much at all. But thank goodness for Equilight, because I didn't want to go and put all the lights on for all the ponies. But now tucking into your dinner, aren't you? You're good girl, you're very clever today. I've been watching all the footage back, and it sounds really good, because even when I'm far away, sorry, I'll look away from the camera so you might get to see me or not. So I should do that, because I've got wet hair as well. I've had a shower. Yeah, really good. Really nice to listen back to it. And also when you're really far away from Fred, because he had the microphone on, I can obviously hear what he's saying. And it's really interesting because I can see what's happening whilst he's saying it. And yeah, really pleased. Really, really pleased. Really good, fabulous, beneficial first day. Like, you want it to go, like I said earlier, basically, you want it to go kind of wrong in the training. That's what we're here for, is to learn, and I feel like I've got loads that I can take away, know how to deal with things. So really, really pleased. But it's now time for dinner, and I have to be honest, I am pretty famished. Is that the right word? I'm pretty hungry. So So yeah, gonna go and have, I smelt it earlier and I was pretty sure that it was lasagna, but yeah, I'm hoping it is because I love lasagna. It's one of my favourites. So very much hoping it is that, but that is Addie sorted. I'll do a skip out just before going to bed, but otherwise, more than likely, I will see you guys in the morning. Oh, good morning. You okay? That was a nice hello. Oh, good girl. Ready for day 2? Oh yeah, you're ready for day 2? Good girl. Did you have a good night's sleep? Oh, you've done well with your hay, haven't you? Oh, and you're nice and warm. Eat your breakfast and I'll do a little muck out. Oh, that yummy. Yummy, yummy. Oh, good girl. She's got to leave me alone. Water's filled up. Hay net's filled up. Just need to get out this poo. But you have been very good actually. It's all pretty neat all in one little pile. Yeah, there's a couple odd ones there, but otherwise, oh, she doesn't like it when I'm in a state of food. I'm just like, you know what, just need to leave her. But excited for day 2. So we've got another show jumping lesson this morning. Doing Fred's camp special exercise, as I think I've mentioned before. And then this afternoon we are out on grass cross country, which, yeah, considering how much like rain and stuff we've had, I believe it's holding out okay out on the ground. But yeah, I need to get out on grass because we've got Morton next week. So I haven't been on grass yet, so hopefully we're going to have a nice confident lesson out on the grass. I've got my studs with me. So yeah, I need to allow an extra bit of time for that because we haven't worn the stud holes yet, so they probably need retapping. But yes, get the studs in and all for confidence today ahead of next week. I can't believe it's only a week away until our eventing is like starting. So yeah, looking forward to giving all of that a go. If you're in ever any doubt that you're cold, mucking out is the best thing. I've suddenly gone very warm, but Addie is all done, deep muck out, but pulled it obviously back down for her for today, and then hopefully later won't be too bad to muck out before leaving. Now off to get some breakfast. Last night wasn't lasagna, it was actually like more like a chicken curry with rice and a naan, which was very, very yummy, but definitely not lasagna. But yeah, now go, hopefully we've got the same as yesterday and a bit of a fry up, but I'm just looking for a cup of coffee. Multitasking. Addie's having a bit of grass. There is a horse out in the field and she did just have her tail up in the air, so thought it could have been interesting, but thankfully she's settled and now munching away on the good stuff. And the course, the exercise is all set up in the arena, ready for the first one, so I thought I can come off and watch whilst Addie has a bit of grass. I'm actually really excited for the lessons. Oh, don't slip on this now. It's quite muddy underfoot. But I am. I'm really looking forward to giving the exercise a go again. Like I say, it's been about a year since we've last done it. And watching everybody and learning the ways that we've got to go around it. And yeah, hopefully I can remember once I'm on board. But it's now time to tack up and have our first session of the day.
It's a combination of different exercises. The first one is basically teaching us to get the horses supple, get the horses bending both ways, getting ourselves balanced and regular to the fence. So we're landing over the red top rail off the right rein. We're then circling right, jumping the green and yellow top rail, landing, circling left, back to this black and yellow top rail, circling right. You get the picture? Each time the horses are changing leads, they're bending a new direction, we're just getting our balance. It will feel like a car crash the first time you do this, okay? It's going to be all over the shop. So basically what you'll figure out as you go is how important when you land and that first little bit of a straight line, how important that is to you. And it's as important to you here as it is in the ring when you're jumping a course. When you land and ride away from a fence, that is your only opportunity to fix the canter. After that, you're approaching a fence. So if you are too late to act, too late to resolve a bad canter lead or disunited or whatever it is, you're going to be doing it on the approach to your next fence, which means you can't get that as good as you could. So this just gets you into the habit of landing, assessing the canter in real time, fixing it, and then making your turn. What you'll find is the horses will start actually changing. Now, I don't want you riding the first exercise thinking I need a change. I want you to really use your takeoff, your jump and your landing to be as square as possible. I want you to really try and get the horses dead straight in front of that fence and land, and like I said, ride that little bit of a straight line away to then give yourself enough space to make your new turn. Don't make it too hard on yourselves. The next exercise, once we've gone through that, say we've landed here, we've done our last loop here, we've jumped this, we're then going to serpentine back through the poles. So we land here, we come round, and this exercise is to introduce jumping the horses on angles to each fence. So to begin with, we would come at a softer angle like this, and as the horses gain confidence and we get better and better at it, we start shaving that angle off a little bit more and a little bit more until we're almost crossing back and forth straight across the arena. The objective here is firstly to build the horses' trust that when you've asked them to jump an angle, they will. And for us as riders, it's to assess the line we want, get onto the line we want, and hold the line we want, and not allow any deviation from that. The horse has to stay between our leg and our hand and stay on the line that we've put them. Even if the distance isn't great, if you stick to your line, your horse will just have to figure out how to put a stride in or take a stride out. So you land, and again, on landing, what do? You stay on your line. Okay, I don't want you landing and falling in. Reason being, your next line's going to get ruined. So land, ride straight. I always say when you ride a line over a difficult fence, your job is finished a stride after your fence, not on takeoff. Because anything can happen here. Horse can take off and go, I don't fancy it. And then we have 20 penalties. So get into your heads, get into the habit of landing and finishing your line a stride after landing. And then once we have that good and the horse's confidence is up with jumping angles, we then come all the way around, and for the grand finale, we pick a line right down the center of all the jumps, and it's one stride, one stride, one stride. And we just keep our horses dead straight, and they just stick on their line, and we ride down their line, okay? It's a really fun exercise for horse and rider. It's very educational for the horse. You will love it by the end, I promise you'll love it. What I want to say and what comes out generally sometimes doesn't match. Top one.
I know, I'm just
okay. Just try riding with a low, wide hand. That's it, so you have a contact, that's better. So you have a soft contact with your leg on. Low, wide hand, there, keep the leg. Keep the leg. Nice. Low, wide hand. Good, okay, well done.
Sorry, couldn't see you.
Turn. Music, go on. You'll learn. Don't let it feel rushed. Give yourself as much time as you need. Good. Music, turn. That's it. Good. She will feel rushed. You will feel not rushed. That's it. Good girl. Well done. Yeah, you'll see. Yeah. So it's left circle, land, right circle. Good. Let the fence come on that canter, that's great. Keep that canter. Perfect. Balance, little bit of the outside shoulder, let the fence come in that canter. Just balance the canter. Very good, that's what you want, very good. Balance the canter, keep a little bit of impulsion, but let the fence come. That's perfect. Yeah, really good, Emily. Excellent. So, on a young horse like her, there's a knife edge of where the canter can be. So, for instance, at the end of yesterday's session, we were trying to just collect her that little bit more. This exercise is going to put her back into that lower gear of canter. So, it's a fine line between not letting her rush up a gear, keeping her in, say, we'll call that second gear. She's got to learn to get strong in second gear. A little bit lower, wider hand. That's better. And you can use the contact there with the wide hand. That's it. So balance her and bring her up a little bit before you turn. That's it. Keep the low wide hand. That's it. Nice. Keep that balance then. Keep that balance. That's the one. Sit tall. It's the outside of the horse you need to draw around. There, let the fence come. Let it come. Don't let her change gears. That's better. Change your leg quick. Canter on. Let the fence come. Don't let her change up a gear. Good. That was fine. Change your leg. Canter. Outside, sit up. Let the fence come. Let it come. Let it come. What was worse about it? There was nothing worse about it. What?
It didn't feel as good as the first time.
It was fine. What are you comparing it to?
I don't know, I just felt like the striding wasn't quite there.
You had a bad stride at the last fence.
Yeah.
That's what you're focusing on.
Okay.
The rest was a young horse going through an exercise. Can you break it down a little bit? Like, but it was a bad stride.
Yeah.
Okay? You could have waited a bit more and fit the extra stride in. You knew that though.
Yeah.
So next time do it.
Yeah, well.
Apart from that, what was wrong? Nothing. You're just focusing on that. So get out of here. A little bit. Carry the hand a little lower and wider. That's better. Good. Feel the contact and then keep the leg on. Start counting the rhythm a little. Look at your top rail. Count your rhythm and stay in your rhythm. Look, balance. Look, count. Balance, look, count, relax. Good. Balance, look, count. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. Well done. Very good. Count your rhythm and stay still. Are you counting? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. Look, find the line, sit still. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. Balance, look for your line. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. Great rhythm, Emily. Keep the balance. Lock onto your line. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. How long before she realizes she's going the wrong way? Yes, you are going the wrong way.
I am going the wrong way, aren't
You need to start on the left rein.
I? I'm coming back up. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
alright.
when I jumped, I was like, there's
All right, good. And how much did you count?
I was counting, but not afterwards.
Count to it. Low wide hand, leg. Take yourself an inch out of the saddle. There. Now hold with your leg. Count that rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. Look at the top rail. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You're not counting. Your mouth's shut. I can see you. Count out loud. I want to hear you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. Look at your top rail. Count loudly. Camera needs to hear you. Good. If your rein snapped, have you done enough to be balanced? Good girl. Keep counting loudly. Lock on, sit still. Nice, sit up, don't twist in the air. If your rein snapped, would you be balanced? Good, balance yourself and let go with the hand. There. Nice, look up, don't twist in when you land. Count, look for your line down the center. Sit still, do not twist your body. Good, well done. Very good. Count your rhythm. Well, it's hard to coach and video at the same time. Look for me. Sit still, dead straight. Oh, I think I didn't press record. I didn't press record.
Did you actually not?
I don't think so.
It's on now, I can see. Oh my goodness, what a little superstar you was. I have got something hidden just in my armpit there that she can have. Oh, there we go, for when we're in the stable. Just sorted out. I've done it really weirdly. I've left all my riding stuff in the car, attack her up in the stable and then take her down, put my boots on and hat and then go, don't we? So then I'll go back and attack you now. But yeah, she was so good. I'm so chuffed with her. The circles, it always probably feels less tidy than what it looks, but was a lot better than what we did last year. Able to keep and just focusing, keeping that rhythm. And actually, exercises like that is really good for her. Like Fred said, to teach her second gear, to get the strength in that second gear. And then on the angles, she was epic. And I played it safe on the first lot, but then I was like, yeah, I feel like I can really slice these angles, and she was epic, really, really good. And of course going down through the middle, which is what we didn't achieve last year, just because she was proper baby then. But I don't think we went down it. I'm now saying that and I'm doubting myself, but I don't think we did. But we did today, and yeah, she was just epic. Absolutely love her, and super excited for cross country later on. There we go. I'm not going in. Come on, you. Good girl. I'll get your bridle off and then you can have a little bit now. A little bit now. I've got more. Let's get you untucked. Already tucked in, but oh my goodness. This is my favourite lunch so far. Actually, it's the last lunch, so this is my last lunch, but it's my favourite. Disturb her or make her hear my voice. But she's having a little snooze. Lunch all done, packed all my stuff up. It's crazy, isn't it? You feel like it goes like such a blur when you're at camp. I can't believe like we're going home, and the weather that is on the forecast for our journey home, it is looking, I don't know how, horrendous. That's the only word I can think. It is heavy rain. So hoping I will be able to get her in the box and loaded up and everything packed up before that weather hits. And yeah, it's not going to be the nicest of drives home, but never mind, hopefully get the ride done in the dry. Lunch was very, very yummy. First group is just getting ready to get tacked up, and then they're going to go out, see how the ground is, like Fred said, that if it's slippy out there and it's not, the going isn't good, because we did have an awful lot of rain. He said we'll come back in and we'll just go in the arena. I'm kind of hoping not, because obviously I've got Morton next week, so I do really want to get out on the grass, but it's counterproductive, isn't it, if we're going to end up losing confidence and I'll just have to try and get somewhere on grass this week coming before going next weekend. Okay, trying to be quick, but it's a bit of a change of plan. So the first group went out on the grass, and apparently it was pretty slippy. It's almost like it's wet on top and then hard underneath, and not everybody has got studs, so they've come back into the arena, and Fred has said that our group is also going to go into the arena. So I am a little bit gutted, can't lie, because I obviously wanted to get on grass before Morton next weekend, but it could put a real dampener on the whole weekend going out there and slipping and sliding, and then make us actually be less confident for next week. So hopefully we can go in there and do maybe some more like bit of a challenging lines or something like that, progress on from what we did yesterday. and still getting that confidence over the solid fences, and also working on the canter and the gear changes basically that I need to work on with Addie. I've got about 20 minutes. I need to run for a wee and grab Addie, tack her up, and then, yeah, get on and get back in that arena.
And use the fingers to connect with the horse. That's it. Keep the legs, sit still. Well done. Sit still. Plan where you're going after this. Close the outside rein. Stay still, stay still. Good. Looking for her to set the line up and then sit still. Good. Nice and smooth. The horse knew where she was going. Again, set the line now. Sit still. Well done. Very good. Again, find the line. Stop the horse from arguing. Lock on. Sit still. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Yeah. Get your line and lock on, like the skinny lines you did earlier. Good. Concentrate. Get your line early. Now lock on, sit still. Sit still. Good. Get the job done early. Now sit still. You're scrubbing. Stop scrubbing. Lock on and sit still. Sit still, sit still. Stop adding all this emotion. Sit still, look at your line. Look at your line. Sit still. By sit still, I don't mean sit there like a spanner. I mean be effective with your leg, but just don't, you'll see the video. Don't do all the excess movement. Work your legs and sit still with your hands. All the wiggles need to be removed with your legs, not your hands. Good. Find your line, lock on with your legs. Good. Lock on, sit still, hold with the leg. Better. Lock on, hold with the leg. Good. Now back to your trot, your last stride. Trot her. Trot. Good. Look for your line. Keep your legs on the line. Keep your legs on the line. Good. Sit still. You've got it. Sit still. Good. Look for your line. Keep your hands still. Lock on with your legs. Sit still. Good. Better. Balance. Lock on with your legs. Keep your hands still. Good. Give her a little bit longer neck. Lock on, sit still. Don't flap. Good. Don't flap. Sit quiet. Let it come. Good. Balance. Now's the time to do your balancing. Slow down, step of trot before you jump off. Give her neck. Look where you're going. Steady. Look for your line. Look up, don't look down the step. Sit still. Nice, good. 100% better, Emily. So it is smooth.